Come on, 7. Darn it, if only there was a better way to make lots of money.
Now you can! Introducing the complete Newbie's Guide to the Economy. Turn your wimpy star empire into a booming economic powerhouse today.
Wow, that sounds amazing. How does this wonderful guide cost?
One convenient payment of $99.99.
What a deal! Today we're going to talk about the economy in Stellaris. Now, compared to other 4X space games, Stellaris economy may be a little daunting, but together we can figure out how best to become an industrial space empire. First things first, to have a bustling economy, you're going to need resources. You can, at a glance, see your empire's resource stockpiles at the top of the screen. At the far left of the resource screen, you are the most basic resources: energy, minerals, and food. Energy is both the power supply and money supply of your civilization. Minerals are used to build planet-side buildings and districts. Foods keep biological pop alive and healthy. You can gain these resources in 2 ways: mining stations and planetary districts. Sometimes, after scanning a planet with your science ship, you can find energy, minerals, or food, and rarely alloys, just lying around, even on worlds you can't colonize. To utilize these resources, your construction ships can build mining stations in orbit of them, assuming you control the subsystem. But the vast majority of your basic resource acquisition will take place in districts. Energy can be gotten in generator districts, minerals in mining districts, and food in farming districts. Remember, districts need pops to maintain them. If you don't have enough people to run your districts, they just sit empty and cost energy credits in the form of upkeep. If you're not producing enough of a basic resource, don't fret. You can research better means of extracting them, which gives a plant percentage boost to their production. Society can help you get food, engineering can help you get minerals, and of course, physics can help you get energy. The next 2 resources require processing in order to acquire. There are alloys and consumer goods. Alloys are used in starship construction. They're made in industrial districts and buildings. This costs minerals, so make sure you have enough minerals going into your alloys to get them out. Commercial goods are used to keep any pops outside of Gestalt consciousness happy. They are primarily made in civilian industry buildings. Once again, this costs minerals in addition to the usual energy upkeep for the building. I often find excess commercial goods to be very useful for trading with AI empires, as they seem to value them quite highly. Now we get to some spicy sources. The icon that looks like 2 triangles on top of each other shows your income of strategic and special resources. These lovelies are rare and expensive, but highly prized when the early game takes over to the mid game. The strategic resources are exotic gases, rare crystals, and volatile motes. All 3 of them are used as upkeep for advanced buildings and ship technologies. These can give your empire an edge over empires that lack these vital economic and military upgrades. They also can be used in the Decisions tab to give your empire powerful temporary benefits. You get these resources either by harvesting them from plants, usually via mining stations, but with the right technology, they can be manufactured on your planets. It may be wise to build many strategic resource buildings on one planet and make its specialization a refinery world. Advanced buildings can give you an economic edge over empires that lack the resources to pay their upkeep. Just remember that they need pops to work them. Special resources are necessary for late game projects and can only be harvested either through mining or planetside, but cannot be manufactured. These include purple space drugs called Zro, dark matter harvested from deep inside black holes, living metal, and nanites. With the Ancient Relics DLC, there's one more type of special resource called minor artifacts. These are found at archaeological dig sites and can be used for powerful temporary bonuses, including making decisions and that make your pops work harder, as well as stronger ship weapons, and can be produced partly on your planets with the archaeological building. All of these buildings and districts need pops to fill their job totals. Pops are abstract chunks of your population in your empire. The easiest way to get pops is in the old-fashioned way. If you have biological pops on a planet, they can slowly reproduce and make more of themselves. But if biological reproduction is too slow, you can always build robots, assuming you haven't banned robotic labor. With the right research, you can build mechanical pops for a slight cost of alloys, essentially doubling your reproduction rate. Another way to gain pops is by accepting refugees from neighboring wars just to make sure your policies say they are welcome, and they'll filter their way into your population. Whenever you can afford it, assuming the collective market has been formed, you can buy slaves. You can even free them right after by changing your policies to not include slavery. Remember, pops have an upkeep cost. Biological pops are hungry for our food, supplies, lithoids eat rocks, and robots need to be plugged into energy. All of them need to be housed and need amenities. Housing comes from districts and amenities come from entertainment buildings. There are species traits that reduce these upkeeps, such as communal, requiring less housing or durable, reducing robotic pops upkeep by 10%. Another important consideration is that non-Gestalt empires will have their populations automatically moved from overcrowded planets to less crowded ones. This is called pop immigration. This means new, fresh colonies will grow faster than older, more industrialized ones. The nomadic trade is very useful, like this encouraging rapid immigration. Over time, your empire will begin to start making money just by itself through trade. Hooray for capitalism. The larger your populated planets are, the more trade value they will generate. Then you need to build a stone base for the trade hub to collect it. From there, it will filter its way towards your homeworld. But there's something to be wary of: space piracy. Don't fight pirates like other enemy ships. Instead, the longer space lanes with trade value running through them are not patrolled by military vessels. The more piracy builds up to sap your precious trade value. The solution is either to build a chain of starbases covering all your trade routes, or send out patrols. Your military ships provide piracy suppression, and you can temporarily clear a space lane of pirates. Just remember, corvettes suppress the most pirates and are the fastest to use them, and not that giant fleet of titans and battleships you've got ready to crush all your enemies. Remember, pops working in commercial districts also produce trade values, so they can be an easy way to gain extra energy credits. If your ruler has the investor trait, you'll get more empire-wide trade value. If you sign a commercial pact with another empire, you get 10% of their trade value as well. If you have the adaptive economic policy tradition, are a Gestalt consciousness, or are a member of certain alliance types, there are trade policies that let you turn some of your trade value into consumer goods or unity. Sometimes you have a resource shortfall, so it's time to go shopping. The place to do that is the galactic market. Here, you can buy and sell resources of any type for energy credits. Of course, the more you buy, the higher the price is gonna be, and the more you sell, the lower it goes. Eventually, when you meet enough aliens, they will form the galactic community, 20 aliens precisely. And one of the first things that tends to happen after that is formalizing the galactic market. One planet is chosen to be the hub world for it by a bidding system. The planet gets a hefty trade value bonus as well, and whoever owns the planet gets a nice discount on their market transactions. Once the market is formed, new options suddenly appear in the marketplace, namely the ability to buy and sell pops in the form of slaves. If you ban slavery, you can pay extra to emancipate slaves at the market. Reforming the galactic market isn't the only thing the community does. The laws in the galactic commerce tree all improve trade value. For members of the community, money by bureaucracy. As your empire grows, it will begin to accumulate sprawl. Sprawl adds a penalty to research, unity, and economy that makes managing a massive late-game empire very difficult. At the top of your screen, it shows your empire size and how big it can get without incurring penalties. The best way to combat sprawl is Ascension traditions and perks. Completing the domination perk reduces your empire size from pops by 10%. Courier network in the expansion tree reduces your empire size from colonies and planets by a whole 25%. Kinship in the harmony tree drops your empire size from pops another 10%. All of these can be taken with enough unity, and they all stack with each other. Once you finish a tree, you can also take the imperial prerogative to drop empire size from colonies by a whopping 50%. There's also a number of civics depending on your empire's philosophy and government that help with empire size. Fanatical pacifists get a bonus, as do machine intelligence and beacons of liberty. Finally, there are species traits that reduce empire size from pops, namely docile and streamlined protocols. Taking advantage of all these can help you be a very overpowered empire. Trust me, oh, so overpowered. Now, I want to thank everybody that watched this video. It was a whole lot of fun making it. It's a bit different. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I also wanted to thank all of our Patreon viewers that donated to us. It really means a lot. It helps us make these videos. We forgot to write the ending on the script. I don't know what to say.